Okay, so my travel addiction kicked in. I changed cities today. I'm in Atapami, Togo, West Africa. And I've been here a few times before, and I've been all over Togo, really. But my travel addiction has kicked in. I was talking to my one friend, Cliff, and he said, Andy, you're no good after about 88 days. Well, I only made it to about 58 days in the place where I was at, and I think I'm testing myself because I'm planning on trying to have an apartment inside the United States, and it scares me. Why? Because I don't know if I can stick with it, right? But you become addicted to travel? I don't know. I mean, I remember the first time somebody told me I was addicted to travel. I was in Costa Rica, and what is it, Manuel Antonio or something? The one beach community south of Montenegro, no, Montezuma. Okay, but this German guy said, "Oh, he asked me how long I've been traveling." I said, "I don't know, 6 or 8 months." He says, "Oh, you're addicted. It's over with." But there's an addiction process that happens, and there's a kind of a reward benefit. But there's also what I'm experiencing right now, kind of a fear. A fear of what happens if I don't get my fix. Okay, but there's different types of fixes, and there's different types of travelers. And can you become a travel addict? I really don't recommend you do this. I'm not saying this is the way to live your life. It's a way for you to have an adventuresome life. But there's two types of travelers, two main types of travelers. One I'm going to call collectors. They're collecting places they've been, and they really only survive because they can come back and tell their friends where they've been, or they go with another person. And it's kind of a I have these places I've been, sort of like the bucket list travel checklist. You check off checklist. A checklist traveler, after they get done with their checklist, they're finished with the place because they're not there for the people. I'm a traveler for the people, and I'm more of an explorer, I guess. I'm going to tell you some words that might categorize me, but I don't think it's easy to categorize me. But what are the symptoms of me? Uh, my travel addiction. It's all of a sudden I'm sitting in my room and I go, I got to go somewhere. Okay, I got to get out of here. I feel escape. I want to escape, and I one of my friends in Lake Atalan always used to say that a, when a person says they're bored, they're a boring person. I don't agree with that. I think you can actually be very bored. I mean, I can be extremely bored in almost anywhere I'm at. Uh, Not saying that have apathy or I'm angry or I'm whatever, but there's a lot of times where I'm just not really involved. Okay, but I'm an explorer, but I need a fix, a rush, an uncontrol. I'm addicted to uncontrollable situations. And there are people that do this by bungee cord jumping. They go down White River rafting. There's all sorts of ways to get a adrenaline rush. Okay, just getting drunk and fighting with your wife is an adrenaline rush. Okay, but I am bored. These are some words that are associated with my addiction: discomfort, innovations. I'm constantly innovating. If I'm not innovating, if I'm not adapting, I'm out of my game. Serendipity. Serendipity is probably what is the constant world I live in. I live in a serendipitous world where everything is different all the time. So, like, I just came in a car, 64 miles, and there's a car accident. We were almost in a car accident on the way down. The guy came around the curb, ripped out the guide, that guide thing that keeps supposed to keep you in, wiped it out, almost flipped over and came within just like 10 feet of us. We pulled over real quick into the driveway, off the road in a way, and then he came sliding into the bush. Okay, but excitement. Uh, it's about 64 miles. I think it cost me 3,500. So it's like, I don't know, $5 or something for that 60 miles. But learning is something on my addiction. Inventing, intelligence. I'm constantly in search of intelligence, and one of the reasons why I get bored is I just don't find people that are intriguing me, that are making my brain buzz. Okay, and maybe that's my problem, maybe that's their problem. Who knows what the reason is? But I just don't always feel mentally stimulated. That's why inventing and innovations are real fun for me because it's a self service type thing, like watching a movie or reading a good book. These are self entertainments, and you have to be able to do that if you're going to travel. But I like intelligence. I like languages. I speak French and I speak Spanish. One person was talking about the what a polyglot is, and I think he's way too serious on some of this stuff. I was kind of laughing, but love was one of the big reasons for I'm addicted to it. I'm constantly meeting new people that are interesting, and the time. The biggest probably addiction is my addiction to free time. And the minute that I stay in one place too long, people try to rope me into doing things that are they eat time. And I don't know how I get involved with them, but I do get involved with things that eat up time. The United States is one of the problems I have in the United States is a car will eat up two hours of my day every day. Just being in the car, going someplace, getting out of the car, going into working, doing whatever I'm doing. The other thing that's addictive about my life is spiritual. So, but I'm becoming worried. I'm real worried that if I go to the United States, I won't be able to hang with it. I won't be happy living in a place. So I'm actually planning to go on trips already, even though I'm moving into an apartment. Now, I say a traveler is a person that doesn't rent by the year, but if it gets cheap enough, it is beneficial to, you have enough money. It's thing. But there are I'm not too excited about the United States because of the repetition, cliche conversations. They're going to talk about their dogs. They're going to talk about their cats. They're going to talk about their job, and it's just. I was watching this one guy, my friend Mark was pointing out to me. He goes in the Philippines, and he was talking about how small the United States is, and that is a big problem for me. Is that my world's gotten kind of big, and I see a lot of different things around the world. Like I know these places in Ukraine where they're bombing. I know these places in Israel, uh, but I get I I don't go much to Southeast Asia anymore because of the conversation. I don't really want to talk with guys that all they care about is women. That is a one-track mentality. Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines. It's amazing. They really do think with their dick. Okay, but I'm afraid anywhere I go that I will never be satisfied, and that probably is. And there's two things. I'll always be wanting discomfort, and I'll never be satisfied, and that is what makes me addicted to travel. Because the only way to get my fix is to go to the next place. Um, I'm I'm addicted to new. Can I be happy in the USA? I don't know. But I have to listen to people in the United States, and it's very difficult for me to kind of dumb down my world. And I do it all the time. And I often don't explain all the things that are happening in my world because there's no guideline, there's nothing, there's no frame of reference, there's no context that I can give you that would explain what I go through on a daily basis here in Africa. And that's okay because my trip is the prime directive is of travel is to enjoy yourself. So anything you do is okay, okay. And but I know that I'm addicted when it's 58 days. That's all I can last in one location. I'm here and you're not. Why not? Because I'm addicted to travel. I'm Andy Lee Graham.